Hey everyone, Pizzaswap is now live. It's a new decentralized exchange running on both Bitcoin and Fractal networks. And in today's video, I'm walking you through how to use it step by step. Plus, I'll give you my honest review on the platform. So Pizzaswap is supposedly the game changer on the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's a decentralized exchange, but with a bit of a twist. It's built to work on both Bitcoin and Fractal. You'll need to transfer assets like BRC20 tokens, and they've introduced native bridge functionality to help you bridge assets over. This could also lead to a potential future airdrop from Unisat, but that's speculation for now. Let's dive in on how to use the simple bridge. I'll show you how to transfer assets like Bitcoin and sats from the Bitcoin network to Fractal. So here's how it works. Firstly, you need to get a Unisat wallet. You'll need it to interact with the Fractal and Pizzaswap. I've left a link in the description below. So to access the simple bridge, you need to go into step 1, which is to fractal.unisat.io/bridge. When you click onto that, you need to select BTC and it will take around 10 to 30 minutes to complete the transfer. Once you have your SBTC, that's the Bitcoin on Fractal, you're ready to start using it in DeFi on Pizzaswap. So for example, you need to put 0.001 as an example. Click on deposit. Now you have to switch from Fractal Bitcoin mainnet to Bitcoin mainnet. You select sign, and then once you click your deposit, wait about 10 to 30 minutes. Now for transferring other assets like sats, you need to inscribe the transfer, flip to Fractal mainnet and select the amount of sats you want to move. The process is the same as BTC. Once done, you can start using it on the DEX. For transferring other assets from the Bitcoin mainnet, like sats, you'll need to inscribe the transfer, flip to Fractal mainnet and select the amount of sats you want to move. The process is the same as BTC once it's done, and then you can start using it on the DEX. So going through to the bridge, select sats from the drop-down menu. You have to inscribe it, which is the difference. So for example, I'll do 150 million, click on next, and then be aware that there's going to be BTC fees that you'll have to pay. So it's about 97 cents. Click on that and then it will inscribe it for you. Again, you're going to have to wait some time once it does that. Now that you've got your assets bridged over, you can perform swaps on Pizzaswap. A quick heads up, you will need BSats for gas fees. To get those, use the Bool Bridge and you'll receive your BSats in about 30 minutes. So this is the other bridge, which you can see from here. So go on apps, Bool Bridge, continue. Now from the Bool Bridge, you've got to ensure you connect your wallet, and then from the drop down menu select sats. Now you have to inscribe that again. Once you've inscribed it, then you can Bool Bridge over onto BSats, which will take another, say, about 10 to 30 minutes. So on the Bool Bridge, what you'll need to do is from the drop down menu select sats, and then you'll have to inscribe that. Once that's completed, then you'll need to transfer it over from sats to BSats. To get started to use the swap, what you'll need to do is connect your Unisat wallet onto the Pizzaswap platform. Once it's connected, it will flip from Bitcoin mainnet over to Fractal Bitcoin mainnet. Then you need to select the two assets that you managed to bridge over from Simple Swap. I've selected S-Pizza and Glizzy as an example. I've already done that. It says I have insufficient pizza on there. So if I just click on, say, 5, it shows you on here. Click on swap, and then I've already carried out that, so I'm not going to do it. But please bear in mind, you're going to have to use BSats as gas fees for this process. So it's important that you need to use the Bool Bridge to be able to transfer that over, which is long and time consuming. Other things they have on the platform is you've got the deposit feature, and then you also got the withdrawal. Now, please bear in mind, they have mentioned the withdrawals on Pizzaswap are currently not available. They did mention that it could take around 2 weeks for this to be activated. Another feature that's on the platform is to provide liquidity. Now, there is an incentive to start using that, and there could be a big opportunity if you start doing that. They've got a few different pairs that are on there, as you can see. I'm going to use one example, which I've already bridged over 2 assets, and I want to provide liquidity. Just speculation, maybe an airdrop, as Unisat have provided airdrops in the past for doing tasks that are on the platform. I'm going to select Glizzy and S Pizza. I'm going to supply that. Again, you've got to make sure you've got BSATs as to pay for the roll-up fee. Confirm supply, sign it. That was really seamless and quite easy to do. As you can see, I've already done that. I've added liquidity, press OK. Now I want to talk about some of the things they mentioned on their thread in regards to the Pizzaswap fees. The swap fee is 0.3% applied to each swap. A sixth of it is fee supports the platform, while the rest is distributed to liquidity providers. Fees are collected in BSATs, so you can be incentivized, as I mentioned. So they call this as the roll-up fee to reduce transaction costs. Pizzaswap implements a roll-up mechanism, bundling transactions into a single submission to the Bitcoin or Fractal network, ensuring lower fees for users. As I mentioned, withdrawals on Pizzaswap are currently unavailable. They estimated that will take around 2 weeks or less than that to work, as they are partnered with OKX Wallet and OKLink to resolve the BRC20 index consistency issues. So they have already mentioned there are issues as it is, so they are working towards that. All right, so I want to talk about the experience as a whole. First, the process is definitely slower compared to other DEXs that are already live on the Bitcoin network, such as dotswap. The bridging takes time. There's currently no way to withdraw assets, though the team says this should be fixed in about 2 weeks. So in all honesty, it is a very long process to be able to transfer over your assets that you need to bridge over using two different bridges, which I don't understand. It does need to be really simplified, especially if they want to bring on users to start using the platform. They have mentioned it on their X page. They have talked about this issue on their X page, where they've mentioned a breakdown where the current asset bridging times from Bitcoin mainnet to Fractal on Pizzaswap, along with their planned optimization, the current process is about an hour and 30 minutes. That's far too long. You've got to inscribe the transfer, bridge to Fractal using Simple Bridge, deposit to Pizzaswap. How they're going to improve that going forward, they're going to implement the following optimizations. First one, they're going to reduce the time to 55 minutes. So inscribe the transfer to reduce it to 1 block confirmation. Secondly, bridge to Fractal using Simple Bridge. That still remains at 3 confirmations. That's about 30 minutes. Deposit to Pizzaswap. So inscribe transfer reduced to 1 confirmation, which is about a minute. Deposit reduced to 30 confirmations, about 15 minutes. So all that will reduce the time to 35 minutes. However, that's still significantly long to be able to do the whole process. The community has been frustrated with this, understandably. On the positive, they've got serious backing from OKX, and Binance are their investors. So I do think they'll continue improving, especially with these big names involved. They are also working on Cat20 integration, which could attract more users. So to compare other projects like the Trap ecosystem and Merlin chain, Pizzaswap is still a work in progress. But with its seamless swaps and the potential for future updates, I think it's got promise. The dual bridge system with Bool Bridge and Fractal's modular system is a bit complex, but it's something they're working on. Now let's talk about FB. It's taken a big downturn since its all-time high. This was to be expected as miners have been selling to cover maintenance costs. Looking at the chart, you can see from its all-time high, it was around $36, $37, and now it's tanked to all the way to around just above $7. Now, bear in mind, there's a max supply of 210 million FB, and only 3 million are in circulation right now. It's something worth watching in the long term. So, not financial advice. It's a good idea to probably start dollar cost averaging into it. I do think it's going to go up in price, and there's going to be a lot more value once things start to improve on the DEXs that are out there for the Bitcoin ecosystem. To give my final thoughts on Pizzaswap, I do think it's got a lot to improve on. There are some growing pains on it, but it can potentially do really well. It's not as user-friendly as dotswap, yet with big projects backing it, I do believe it will get better from here. Do keep an eye on the Cat20 launch and future improvements. If you are willing to be able to be early on this, start experimenting around, who knows, there may be an airdrop onto this. If you all like this video, subscribe and follow for more updates, and tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on Pizzaswap. Do you think it's a flop? Or do you think Unisat team will pull it together and provide the best DEX that's going out there? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.